much better than I expected.
Well, I mean, crocodiles are only CR a half. It wasn't actually a hard fight for us.
Well, after last time, I was willing to believe anything.
It's true. I don't know what the CR is on a tree.
Well, that particular tree was not, from the 5th edition monster manual, so yeah. Yeah. Of course, I can tell you that these crocs were actually scarier than the crocs in the 5e monster manual, but only a little bit. Just because they had an extra ability. But yeah. So has everyone returned to us?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm here, obviously.
Yeah.
I think Connie is still gone.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Kill his character.
That would not be fair.
This is old school role playing. Everyone dies all the time for no reason.
I'm frankly surprised that Gump has managed to survive so far, but
Well, 5th edition isn't a particularly lethal version of D&D. It has all of the charms of earlier editions without having most of the drawbacks. Like, one of the things I've noticed is that I more or less had to play a cleric for the game that is just starting up now, because Lamentations of the Flame Princess, a party simply can't survive without a cleric. It's impossible. Natural healing is 1 a day. So you take 20 damage, you've taken 3 weeks off.
Right.
But, like, there's a lot of little clever fixes for it. So it has that seat of your pants feel, but you're probably not going to die. Though we'll see. The swamp could still kill us.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, Gump almost died in the first session, but yeah, the way death saving throws work, you have quite a bit of leeway once you hit 0, and between someone in the party having healing word and a paladin with lay on hands, you've got a lot of options for coming back from dead. But still, as long as you just have your 6 hit points, then going from 1 hit point where you held on with your orc trait to completely, entirely dead is certainly possible.
I'm back now.
There is the rule for automatic death, although it almost never comes up.
Except at first level. Yeah.
Except at first level, yeah. But Connie is back now, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everyone's here. We can continue. So first, I need to roll for weather for the new day. Clear skies.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Telgan. Sun's out.
Well, let's not get in a fight then.
How is it always so much louder in this swamp when it isn't raining? I miss it already. The soothing sounds of my cat drowning out. Strange, ominous sound seems to come from every insect, frog, and lizard in this place.
Yes.
And worse than that, I imagine.
Yes.
you get used to it.
So, this is the new day. Your plan for today is to map the region that you were in, yes? So, So you set out. Is anyone foraging today, or should I just assume that you're going to eat the gator meat from yesterday?
We're probably going to try to get that eaten up.
Might as well eat that meat.
Yeah, because it's just going to go bad otherwise.
Memo to myself: get some spices.
I will mark off 7 water then. Our barrels.
I mean, I guess I could try foraging for water, but
You know, we're pretty good for water.
yeah.
Gump could take it easy today.
We
He'll
spend most of the expedition budget on it.
The barrels. But I think that was definitely your smartest investment. Just trying to go through.
The barrels actually weren't that expensive.
Well, yeah. So, as you head out for the day of exploration, what are you doing with your 2 tied up crocs? Which boats are they in? Or what are you doing with them? How are you transporting them? Don't everyone speak up at once. Hello? I think I'm alone. There are all these people in the call, but no one can hear me. Hello? I'm gonna leave the call and come back. Hello? Can you hear me now? Hello? I'm not muted. Hello? Oh no, I've disconnected. Connecting. Connecting. Disconnected. Call. Join the call. Oh no, I've lost internet. Just lost internet. Shit. Oh, I have internet again. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Oh,
Yes?
hi.
Oh.
Yeah, my internet just died for a minute, and I had no internet at all.
Is it working now?
It appears to be working now. Yes.
Oh, good.
better edit this part out.
Yeah.
No, leave it in.
We'll edit out all but the part where I said better edit this part out.
No, we won't. You think I edit? No, it has to be. Unless I'm taking out like just a huge chunk, I'm not edit. Okay, but okay. So I don't know where we lost communication.
Right. We know it's a clear day, and I guess we're just gonna go around and map out this grid.
Right. I was asking before about what you were doing with the crocs that are alive still.
Just going to tend to them, I guess. Make sure that they're not dying, and basically keep them wrapped up so that they aren't dangerous. But
Right. And you're taking them with you?
yeah, of course.
Well, since Gump doesn't need to forage today, he could stay behind while we're mapping.
I don't know. Remember the first commandment: "Thou shalt not split the party."
Yeah.
I'm extremely heterodox. I'm sorry.
I'm back at least now.
Welcome back.
But that does raise a good point. We could delay mapping for a day to bring these back to Clink, make a sale. We'd have to do this hex over, but we at least made a profit.
I mean-
Why are we like
Well,
considering?
the alternative is that we keep these crocodiles tied up in the bottoms of our canoes, actually starving, and hope nothing goes wrong with that.
I could forage for them, for food for them.
How are they going to eat it?
We'll grind it up and
Or
inject it
force
into
feed
them.
So, how are you going to get their mouths open?
Well, one of them only has a noose on it, so it should be easy enough to just loosen it a little bit.
See, this sounds like a really bad start to a plan. Let's begin by untying the starving crocodiles.
Hmm.
Fair enough. I mean, they're not going to starve in a day.
Wait,
Yeah.
everyone look at your stupid magic spells. Maybe we have a stupid magic spell that can help us. Can
We just have good
That does
prestidigitation
remind
do
me,
now.
it?
we did take a short rest, so I do get to use Arcane Recovery. I'll do that now.
I could mock them some more.
I mean, having them like not eat for a day is not going to ruin their lives. I don't even know if crocodiles necessarily eat every day. They're lethargic motherfuckers.
Yeah, and they're cold-blooded.
They seemed pretty hungry when we met them, though.
I don't know. They were chilling until we started throwing things at them.
Well, one of them has already eaten some fish nuts, so it's fine.
I guess that makes sense.
Or can.
If
And then
you're cold-blooded, you just act really lazy all the time, and then when there is food, you fucking go get it.
I guess if we're really desperate to feed them, I could ritualize an unseen servant into the air and have it feed them.
We really
Doesn't
don't
solve
need
the
to
core
worry about
problem
feed.
that we'd have to untie their jaws.
I really don't think it's necessary to feed them. I think they'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
they'll be
not
fine
necessary.
for a single day.
Alright, well, Lucas doesn't know about animals. He has misgivings about not feeding it, but he will bow to peer pressure on that. People in the
Gump
comments
does know
were
about
mad. I'm so
animals.
sorry. You were right.
Gump does know about animals, and he will explain very calmly and friendly-like that these creatures are cold-blooded and don't need to eat every day. They will be fine. We're only going to be
Swamp
out here
people.
for a single day.
The swamp people made Gump write an essay on crocodile. Okay, then. Let's get to the mapping.
Okay, so which canoes have tied up crocodiles in them? Because that might be important.
Gump
Not
will be-
mine, because I need the space.
Gump will be tending to the I guess the injured croc, just so it doesn't like die. of
Yeah.
its injuries.
Well, I guess that leaves the other one to go in our canoe.
yay.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Vorondir, this probably goes against all of your instincts as
Yeah, as there's a
Swamp
beast
ranger.
in my boat.
a beast in your boat that you haven't killed yet.
I know.
A beast in your boat that you haven't killed yet and is about as big as the boat, so you're probably sitting on it.
Yeah, you probably are sitting on it.
So
Kildrak
not only am I
is,
displeased by being in the swamps with city dwellers, now I have a beast in my boat.
Yep.
Kildrak is pretty displeased with this situation as well. This is not something he's used to.
All right. But if you're all happy with this organization of the boats, then you can head out. Everyone
This
good?
is good. This will be good for my swamp
Sounds
goblins.
Good is a strong word.
Yeah,
It really,
good. Yeah.
really is.
How about just compliant?
Okay. Gump, you still gonna sit in the very front position?
Yep, right on the gator's head.
Okay. So you set out into the swamp. It's a sunny day, about as bright as it ever gets in the swamp. And you're harassed by the constant buzz of insects and croaking of distant frogs and assorted background noise. It's never quiet in the swamp. And you make your way down the paths around the trees as Lucas sketches out what he sees and makes marks of anything of unusual landmarks and records the paths that you take and how they all connect together. As you are wandering around, though, you see up ahead of you a tree, and dangling from this tree, you see 4 men who have been hanged, whatever the appropriate past tense verb is.
Oddly,
It's
it's hanged.
Yes.
Hung means something else
Yes.
regarding people, but
Yes. You see 4 people who have been hanged from this tree up ahead. It looks like they've been dead for some time.
Yeah, Gump is going to just start steering the boat away.
Well, now wait a minute. That's pretty interesting. We should go.
And Coriander under his breath is like, I'm glad they learned their lesson.
Well,
Don't
Yeah.
what kind of
tree?
I
what kind of
considered-
people?
after last time, if like it wouldn't be worth, trying to use like either a long pole or like my pike or something to get them down and see if they have anything, but I don't think it's actually worth the risk unless anyone else thinks they might actually have something good.
I
But-
really don't feel like trying to murder a tree again.
Yeah, no, just staying far away and trying to cut them down and like drag the bodies over or something. But we don't have to. I'd be okay with just noping out of the situation.
Yeah,
I
I think the
won't make
roots
you-
might even get to us anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you not to, but not high on my list.
Yeah, we can just leave. It's probably better.
I mean, they. As much as it sucks, we did not have a good time the last time we dealt with something like this.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have to hang there. It's not like we got the other body anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we continue onward then. It sounds like.
Just salute them as we pass very very far away.
Okay. Then, yeah. You keep your distance, and nothing spooky happens. So, Lucas, you can make your cartography roll.
All right. Uh, 15.
15, that's exactly what you need. So, yeah. You spend the entire day traveling about the hex, and by that evening you've returned to the campsite that you had the night before, with a completed map of this hex. You are victorious.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm
You-
curious. Do any of you know where those trees acquire so many bodies. Seems that anyone who's been in the swamp for more than a day or two gives them a wide berth, and yet they always seem to have some.
Not everyone has been to the swamp for a long time.
Maybe they just trade around the same bodies.
Do you suppose the trees preserve them somehow, that those bodies might have been hanging there for years or decades?
Would
Could we-
would
could-
Gump
It
notice?
seems well.
I
Gump
suppose.
does have history.
I suppose it is possible that Gump would know this. I don't think history is the right skill for it.
I don't suppose it would be nature.
Yeah.
Or,
It wouldn't be nature.
Religion.
I was leaning towards religion, but no. Actually, I'm gonna let you roll history, Gump.
Cool, thank you.
This would be, no.
You don't know
No,
shit.
No clue. Ain't got no clue. They like that.
Could we kind of make out any details of the people from a distance? Like, were they swamp folks or what?
They were swamp folk.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps I ought to have a look at the next time we come across, from a safe distance. I'd like to take some notes, see what we can find out.
Okay.
All right then. So yes, another short rest. Gump, do you want to spend your hit die now?
Nah.
Okay. Then, anyone else who has, your abilities to come back in a short rest, none were used, so, nothing else. So, you camp for another night in the swamp, and morning comes.
The miasma checks.
Oh, yes, miasma. Thank you.
Oh,
Kildrak, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm sorry, Creator. Oh well, it's fine.
Yes,
I'm fine.
he's a dwarf. He's fine.
Like, I think I get advantage on that, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah,
But
you
either
get
way-
advantage for poison, not for disease.
Oh, okay. But either way,
Yep, but either way, an 18's more than enough. Yep. So nobody gets sick. Yes. And so now a new day. New day has come. Clear skies again. Where are you going?
I really don't want to starve these crocodiles another day. I know you say it's fine, but we should get them to their new home.
I wouldn't mind some funds and a chance to shop a little, I guess.
I just want the beast off my boat.
Also that. This is strange.
Yes, I need to check my bulletin.
Mm-hmm. So heading back to Clink.
Seems to be the consensus.
Very good. So you need to choose a navigator. I assume I know who that's going to be.
And I'm rolling.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh wait. What is it? I get to re-roll on failures,
Yes.
and I have an advantage because it's a clear sky.
Right. So you had. So your first roll with an advantage because clear skies was an 11, which is you need a 15, but because you have the ranger ability, you get to re-roll a failed roll, and that includes
And I
re-rolling this.
get the same roll.
You also get an 11. So, you. Let's see. I need to roll.
Did us having a map give him any advantage additionally?
It would have given him advantage. It means you would have had advantage, even if it was not sunny out. But you can't stack advantage that much. Okay. So, despite having a map and it being sunny out and having a ranger, you somehow managed to become lost.
I'm distracted by the beast.
Yes. Yeah. After a little while, you realize that you don't know where you are, and you are trying to figure that out. Who has the high? What's everyone's passive perceptions?
12.
11.
14.
Passive perception is
12.
13.
13.
Okay. Yeah. So anyone with like a 13 or higher, while Quarandir and Lucas are have pulled their boats alongside each other and are looking over the map and trying to figure things out, exactly where you're at. Some of you see, like, in the water, poking out of the water not too far away from you are stone-tipped spears. They're not moving.
You told us about these things, but I've forgotten what they are.
Scum bottles?
Yeah, that thing. Right. How do the swamp people usually deal with scum bottles? If Gump would know that.
What was it? They like cheese, I
Cheese.
think.
They love cheese.
So yeah, maybe stick a piece of cheese on the end of Silas's pike, and then I can extend it out to them as a peace offering.
I'm sure some of our rations have cheese if we're willing to give up like a day's worth of rations.
Right, I remember it being mentioned that, like, I thought you having a background or in this or something, KSP said, like, you would know to bring cheese, or maybe that wasn't a thing that was that actually happened.
That applied to me at least.
Yes.
So I would definitely have cheese in my food stuff.
Right, so yeah, if Phil Sticker tells the rest of us about this, then, yeah.
Only once you've told him that there are spears.
Right, yeah, Silas will, like, tap him on the shoulder and gesture over to the, to, like, the spear sticking out of the water.
Oh shit!
What are they?
And he begins digging through. He begins like opening up his little packed rations and digging through them for all the bits of cheese.
Yeah,
Swamp
and
children.
Silas is watching him like, is now truly the time for a meal?
They love cheese. It saved me before.
I'll trust your expertise here.
Like they love cheese abnormally. So obviously some kind of fairy compulsion type thing, rather than actually they actually like cheese. They're just crazy. They love cheese. They love cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Some of the spears are slowly getting closer to your boat.
Yeah, so if Filsticker has the cheese ready, yeah, Silas will offer the end of his pike, like the blade of it out to stick the cheese on.
And Bolsticker ties one of his empty little ration pouches around it with all the cheese in it, so it's a little parcel of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I'll extend it out from the boat over the stone-tipped spears.
Emerging up from the water is just the tip. When this bag gets a little close, is you see the eyes of a little green-skinned child with mossy dark hair that's kind of flows about in the water next to it, and it pops up and seems to sniff the air, and it reaches out with it drops its spear, and with its greedy little hands it reaches up and grabs um, the bundle of cheese, and then several others. The spears all start like like disappearing, and you see swimming at the surface more of these little children, little green-skinned children, all swarming about the first one, um, and they kind of are all going after the bundle of cheese, and kind of fighting over it, showing their sharp teeth at each other, and splashing about. And,
Kildrak kind of jumps a little bit at this and just mutters, "This damn swamp."
We should leave while they are distracted.
Fascinating creatures.
Why aren't we already leaving?
Gump is going to start pushing the boat away.
mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the scumboggles gets the cheese and he laughs, and swims away from the others, and the others chase, and they're going in one direction, and you're going quickly in another direction.
Ultimately, I don't think any of them will get to eat the cheese. They'll keep fighting over it until they drop it, and then it'll get all dirty and they won't want to eat it.
I don't think they will care if it's dirty. They live in a swamp.
Yeah. So, Filsticker, how many... mark off... You've basically just lost the cheese from all of your rations.
Yeah.
So, half...
It's probably, it's half.
Yeah, so, just half... I assume a standard ration probably contains, some amount of cheese, some amount of...
Yeah, I was figuring that, that Filsticker probably, packs extra cheese when he's putting his together.
Yeah.
So they're probably, half cheese.
Yeah, and that sounds reasonable. So just, reduce your rations by half.
I mean, hopefully he wouldn't give away all of his cheese. Just.
Oh no, I gave away all my cheese.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We can buy more, I'm sure.
Yes. So, you, you continue on, and you're still not exactly sure exactly where you are, but you see up ahead, smoke rising. Smoke like from
I am going
from
to
a fireplace or a campfire, not like the swamp on fire.
I would like to send Balearica just to fly up, have a quick look, and fly back,
Okay.
keeping some height.
Okay.
How does she feel about all of this?
She feels good.
Okay. Yes, I think we should head towards the smoke.
That's not the normal thing to do, but okay.
Balearica
when
seems
you're
to
trying
think
to find
that it might be
civilization.
friendly.
Balearica.
Maybe it's that other swamp town we never talk about.
Yes. But as you approach, and as soon as you get eyes on the source, you realize that even though you were lost, you were on the right trail all along, and you do arrive in the village of Clink.
Oh, yay.
I rolled for a random direction to see where you actually went when you got lost,
Mhm.
and I rolled a 1, so you went north. So you did go the way you intended to go, you just didn't know you were there.
Nice.
Works for me.
The swamp be playing tricks on the eyes.
It took a lot longer for us to get to Clink than we thought, so we thought we were lost.
Yes. But,
Suppose we should go and speak with the general store about whether they want to buy living and or dead crocodiles.
We have crocodiles and we've got spare crocodile pieces.
Yes, so you arrive, you dock your boats, and you disembark. You are now free to explore Clink.
Gump will bring the crocodiles to wherever it would be most reasonable to bring living crocodiles to.
I don't know where that would be, but probably going to
actually-
go with someone to the general store.
While they're looking at the general store, I'm going to talk to whoever's in charge of the crocodiles right now, because I actually am going to try to find I'm going to find the fighting pit or whatever it might be here and see if they have any interest in live crocodiles.
Okay.
And I figure that we may want to wait on selling them to the general store until we see if someone with possibly specialist interest might want them.
That seems like a good idea. Gump will be handling the crocodiles probably, since he
Okay.
has animal handling.
Yeah, so like I'm not, it's not don't sell them or whatever. It's just give me a bit to find this place and see what sort of deal we can work out.
All right.
Mhm.
Gump will wait.
Okay. So, yeah. So, how exactly does that feature work? You just, let's see. Entertainer. By popular demand. You can always find a place to perform, usually above. You receive as long as you, in addition, okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah, and I mean I modified it just a little bit,
right.
like we discussed at the time for the gladiator.
Right. Yes, I see. Okay. So,
I forgot to use it last time we were in Clink because I was tired in real life.
mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah. So, you, you find out about this place. It takes once a week. There is there's an old building. It used to be a storeroom, but it isn't used anymore. The ceiling kind of rotted out, and instead of repairing it, it was just left to rot. But the walls still hold up, and there's a small group of mostly men who do fight here sometimes, about once a week, and there's betting that goes on the fights. It is run by a man named Odo. O-D-O.
Is he a changeling?
Huh?
I asked if he is a changeling.
Why would he be a changeling?
Oh, you didn't get that far in DS9 yet, did you?
No.
Well, it's the
I-
first episode, so
Does Odo
Oh,
have a dumb nose
I
and
watched
weird
the
Super
entire
Saiyan
first
eyebrows?
episode, but I don't remember his name.
he's a shape-shifting security officer who does the harumph sound I did when you said Odo.
Well, I didn't catch his name. I know the character that you're talking about. Did not catch it.
Alright, good. We got there eventually. It was a worthwhile diversion on my part. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do love me some Deep Space Nine, though. It is the most 90s thing that ever happened.
It's so good.
I watched the first episode. I guess it was either yesterday or the day before, because I've never watched Deep Space Nine before. And I don't know, the first episode really wasn't what I was expecting with how I had heard it pitched before.
Well, you'll get a feel for it over time. The first episode is kind of weird. There's a few kind of weird episodes, but it's pretty good. It's very like geopolitical. It's very end of history, 1990s. That period between the Soviet Union collapsing and 9/11, where we thought we would be friends with the religious extremists. You know, it's a fascinating sort of just historical thing to watch it and see how optimistic liberals viewed the world in the mid-90s.
Yeah. Well, I intend to watch more of it. I just haven't yet. So, okay. So, yes. On this, Kildrak, you find a man named Odo. He runs the fight club. Mostly it is, boxing. But there are, he does go on to say that there's also cockfighting and such as well.
Cockfighting, you say? Well, I have something that might draw a larger crowd.
Why do
How would you feel
cockfighting?
about croc fighting?
Odo looks at you.
Resist.
Croc fighting.
Yes, croc fighting. We recently acquired a couple of prime specimens.
Crocs.
Yeah.
You
It would be
captured
very
a pair of
entertaining.
Crocs.
Yes. Is this shocking or something?
No. No. Just surprising.
That's fair.
Surprising that someone would go out and do that. Okay, wait. I can totally spin this, though. Yeah. So, yeah. So if we can get the, yeah, I bet half the village will probably show up if we do that.
And just think of the bets that they will place.
Yeah.
Just think of how many chickens one crocodile could kill.
Oh god.
I'm just. I'm just worried that it might be difficult to get the Crocs to tear into each other. They're just my experience of seeing Crocs. They mostly are just kind of like lazy.
Well, I figure strap a couple of the chickens to them. Might make them a little more interested in moving around.
Ah, I see
Once they get riled.
That might could do it. I'm willing to give this a try. Tell you what, I got the venue here, and I'll take care of the advertisements. You provide the Crocs, and we'll split the profit.
50-50?
Sounds agreeable to me. I'm not sure about my companions, but I'm sure they could be convinced.
All right. You go talk to your companions, and you come back when we got a deal, and we'll make this happen.
All right. So yeah, go do that. So I mean, does that sound good to the rest of y'all? I have no idea what that's going to actually work out to. Like, do we have any idea what that?
Lucas finds the whole thing incredibly distasteful, but he's not going to fight you on it so long as you don't fight him on mapping.
Don't care what you do with it. Just get the beast out of my sight, or I will kill it.
Ixa just shrugs.
Looks like this is what we're doing.
All right.
This is absolutely ridiculous, but okay.
All right then, yeah. Okay. Yes. So, So in the meantime, what else is? So you go back and you tell Odo that you're good for the deal, and he says okay. He says he's going to need like a couple of days to like build up hype.
Of course.
But that you keep the Crocs ready, and he'll take care of the rest.
Hey, he barely even has to change the signs. Just put an R in there.
Mm-hmm.
And take out the K.
Yeah, they're barely literate people. I'm sure it doesn't matter.
Yes. So, in the meantime, you have a Croc skin you want to sell?
Yeah, we should probably go sell the Croc skin.
Okay, so who's taking care of that?
Right.
I mean,
who has the best?
I've got.
Does anyone have persuasion?
I can roll +3 in it.
I've got +3 in persuasion. I didn't take it.
I
as,
also have
proficient.
+3 in persuasion.
I also have +3 in persuasion.
I do have proficiency in performance and intimidation, +5 in each of those.
Well, when our proficiency modifier goes up, Lucas will be better at persuasion than the rest of you. But in the interim, Kildrak seems like the appropriate person for this job.
I mean, if we're going for intimidation, Gump could probably pull that off too. He's got a 5 in intimidation, but I don't think that would leave a very good.
No, I was thinking more like the performance or something.
I also have a 5 in intimidation. Are we the same guy?
We are a very intimidating group of people, apparently.
I I mean, I guess you can use performance, but I'm having trouble imagining that. Like, are you gonna, to quote the Lion King, dress and drag and do the hula?
Maybe.
Would
Compose a jingle.
I mean, basically, he is a gladiator and a performer. So I mean, maybe he like rolls in with this whole, I don't know, flourishy bullshit and just like whips out the skin like it's some amazing treat.
would Gump's status as a sort of folk hero in the area help him?
No,
With
because he's a
selling?
folk hero among the savages.
The savages have any gold? We could go sell it to the savages.
Savages have some gold,
Yeah.
but you don't know where they are.
Shit.
And your skin will go bad.
Somewhere out there,
Unless your
there's
skin
a
has
whole
been-
town that thinks I'm a hero. Don't know where. It's there.
The problem is that they keep moving around.
You should have been a folk hero with the people that don't move all over the place.
Like Ixa.
Yeah, but if we happen upon these people, then we're in good hands. And you know, it's better than we happen upon these people and they try to kill us.
Plus, we do have to warn them about the death squads hunting them down, so it'd be nice to have someone who can talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess since we're all equally bad at this, Lucas will just get to it.
Mhm.
So we are back again. The map's coming along. I wonder, do you deal in pelts?
I do indeed.
What would you give us for this one that my companion here is carrying? Motion to it, let him inspect it.
Yeah. He takes a look at it and says, croc skin looks like it looks like it's still good enough that we can salvage this. It's not too bad. I'll give you 10 gold for it.
That isn't a bad price. But how would you feel about giving us 12 gold in rations? You save money, we save money.
Give me a persuasion roll. That is a pretty good offer though.
11.
11. How much is how many days of food is 12 gold worth of rations?
24.
24?
But that's not many for a party of 7.
Right, yeah. Well, that's a fair deal for him, I assume.
Yeah, he's only paying 6 gold
Yeah.
instead of 10, but we're getting a better deal as well.
Yeah. So a 10 should be enough for that. He nods. I can do that. You got a deal. He offers
very
you his
much.
hand.
Lucas will shake it and give him a firm smile. Goes
Daniel,
down on my
yeah.
sheet.
Daniel gives the closest thing that his face does to smile. More of a
It cracks down the middle.
yes, something like that. And yes, and
So yeah, we all get 3 more days rations with 3 rations left over.
Yep. I'll just keep those 3 rations. Be fine.
All right, fair enough.
Yep.
Anyway,
also, everyone does get 50 XP for the map being made.
How much?
50.
and
Okay.
12 extra because of the value of the stuff we got, or is it literally only gold?
It is also treasure, but I think it is the value of the treasure which would be 10. I don't know if that would be divided between you or not.
Right. Anyway,
Gold
me-
pieces would, but
double check because Gump is going to buy some salt.
okay.
So that, we can preserve stuff we get in the swamp.
Okay.
Let's see. I was okay. I want to see if, and this is a long shot, but I forgot to look before. Actually, let me give me a sec to see if I was hoping to see if I could buy a hand crossbow, but it just occurred to me that they may cost too much
Mm-hmm.
if they even have them.
Important question. Salt is a trade good. Are we just going on like base trade good price, or is there going to be a modifier?
I don't think there'll be a modifier. It's probably just whatever the book
Alright.
says.
In that case, it is 5 CP per pound. So I will buy. How much salt should I buy?
400 pounds.
Perhaps not that much.
that might unbalance your boat.
Yeah.
Did I
Also,
ever-
I don't imagine salt is gonna last very long out here. Like, this is some humid air. That salt's gonna turn to rocks pretty quick.
Filsticker buys 10 hunks of cheese.
Ah, okay. Hand crossbows cost 75 GP. Never mind.
75 GP? Damn.
Yeah. Yeah,
Did
they're
I
not-
ever get the chain back that we used for the crocodile?
Yeah, well, I'll.
Considering they don't have anywhere else to really put it, I assume not.
Yeah, that's
You-
fine. It's okay.
you
if
will
it's
get
just
it
a
back.
loss. All right, one
No,
day.
I
I'll
didn't.
have
I
it
didn't
back.
use the chain to tie up the croc. So, in fact, you never let go of it.
Oh, that's right.
That's right, you're actually connected to the croc.
No, because the unconscious croc was later tied up with the rope, with Gump's other rope.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I probably need to buy 2 new ropes because I don't know if I'm getting those back.
I mean, you should be able to after one, or at least get one of them back after one of the crocs kills the other.
Fair enough.
Or crocodiles.
I mean, realistically, whichever one wins is probably just going to get butchered anyways. So.
Yeah, that's probably true. So you'll probably get both back.
Okay, so I do want to see if I can pick up a short bow or a light crossbow, since both of those are simple.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll be available here, but if either one is.
Yeah, basic weapons like that would be available.
Okay, so in that case, I think the light crossbow is going to make, well, yeah, it's going to make more sense.
Okay.
Obviously not as a main weapon, but a lot of this combat has been ranged.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot to pick a ranged weapon, so.
You have the money.
So-
It makes sense to pick some up.
I do.
What do your stats look like? What's your dex? What's your strength?
Strength is 16, dex is 12.
You might want to consider throwing spears instead. You'll
Oh?
get. Well, you add strength to attack and damage with thrown weapons.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that makes sense. Well, that would be javelins, I guess?
Yep, spears can also be thrown. I think.
Mhm.
I'm not even sure javelins exist in D&D 5. It might just be spears.
No, I'm looking at the list right now. Javelins
Alright.
and spears are both there.
Cook's tools would probably include a mortar and pestle.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Okay, so I could just buy rock salt and break it up as needed.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll buy 4 pounds of salt.
That sounds good to me.
Ah, okay. I think I found the one that makes the most character sense, at least.
Hmm?
It's definitely not the best weapon, but throwing hammers.
That could work.
It makes sense for the character, I think.
Mhm.
Although those javelins are a much, much better weapon.
Yeah.
They
It's
are.
fair, though.
Actually, the funny thing about the light hammer is, because it's,
Mhm.
you know what, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Okay.
What's odd is that one of my stats or something dwarven or something like that gave me throwing hammers as a weapon proficiency.
Mhm.
So is there like a separate object, or does that just mean I can use any? I don't understand that. Because they're a simple weapon.
Oh, it's the dwarven combat training, light hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you have proficiency in it.
Okay. Well, anyways, I guess the javelins make the most non-character sense, the most meta sense.
Not everyone gets proficiency with all simple weapons. Some people just get certain weapons. It would come in there.
Okay.
Like, I don't think Lucas could use the light hammer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess I'll pick up a few javelins then.
Okay.
Oh, there are no exotic weapons in the book now, are there?
No, they're not a thing anymore.
What do you want, like a masterwork katana or something?
That's just a broadsword.
Bastard sword.
Yeah, whatever.
No, actually, it would be a long sword in D&D 5.
Yes, but that's the rule from the rule we're making fun of is in 3.x.
Although you could make a solid case for rapier.
As a
Yeah,
katana,
that's just in the book for 3.5. They said if someone wants a katana, tell them to just buy a masterwork bastard sword.
Yep.
Which was silly, but oh well.
The whole
Well,
whole
like,
meme.
weapons aren't really different enough from each other. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Whoa, 100.
Sorry, I meant to roll 1d100.
Oh, okay. Crit.
Natural 20 on a d100. Yes.
So how well does our croc fight do?
Well, before that happens, the evening after you've come back and you've settled in, Ixa.
Yes.
Yeah. While Ixa is considering turning in for the night, a young woman approaches. She's got kind of shoulder length brown hair. She's maybe 20 to 22, somewhere in that range, in age. And she approaches Ixa. She says, "Excuse me, Ixa."
Ixa just nods in response.
My name is Cicely. I have a. I'm really worried about the priest. I thought
She tilts her head. Worried?
I was hoping that you could talk to them. They've Father Nicholas, he locked himself in the church and boarded up the walls and the windows and the doors, and he won't see anyone. He's terrified of something. It says we'll kill him. I was hoping that you could do something.
Ixa frowns and says, Ixa not good with words, but Ixa will try.
Thank you.
Alright, so yeah, I guess you'll make your way over to wherever that is.
Yes. So there's the Nilfgaardian Church in Clink. It's an old four-sided simple wooden structure with like a little bell, a tiny bell tower with a small bell up above it. It previously had windows all along the sides, but you've seen that they've all been boarded up from the inside. And yes.
So no way to see inside.
No way to see inside, no.
Okay. In that case, she'll just bang on the door.
Who's there?
Ixa.
The Kobold?
Yes.
There, you hear like some shuffling and banging of things, and then like one little bit of wood that's like covering a crack in the door, like goes aside, and you see a man's eye, like peering out at you.
She waves.
You are the last person I expected to see.
Ixa did not expect to be here either, she says, shrugging. Heard something strange was happening.
Yes? You know about the Cult of the Drowned, right?
Do I?
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I don't think so. So, yeah, Ixa shakes her head.
Well, you have to get out of here. They'll probably kill you, too.
Who is this cult?
They worship the water dead god. They're like almost all the villagers are with them. They're crazy.
Is that something is it like true and known to be true?
You don't know.
Okay. Ixa looks confused. Ixa had never heard this before.
It's that woman, Jasmine.
Okay.
She came to town not too long ago. She's got half the town wrapped around her finger.
Is this somebody that I would know of?
Her gigantic finger.
But yeah, is that somebody that Ixa would have heard of or seen?
I don't know Ixa doesn't live here.
Wait, is this not Clink?
I didn't think she lived in Clink. I thought we had decided that she just passed through here once. Or
I thought she's a folk hero here, though.
right, because she healed. Oh, I didn't
Okay,
think.
it's like recently a folk hero. Oh.
Yeah.
What we had said in character creation was that she had passed through Clink once and healed some children that were sick.
Mm-hmm.
But I took that as passed through. I didn't realize that she had stayed.
Yeah, I figured she probably lived right outside of Clink or somewhere close to it. It was probably there, well, not all the time, but occasionally.
Yeah. Then Jasmine, she's a witch who moved into town a little while ago and has been preaching about some dead god.
Hmm. Ixa has not heard this, but Ixa will look into this.
You should leave. You and everyone she hasn't gotten to. Just get your friends and tell them to leave for their own good.
Ixa will do something. Ixa not sure what yet, but Ixa will do something, she says.
If you do decide to leave, then take me with you.
She nods.
Till that day, I'm not leaving this church. Closes the wood back, and you hear stuff shifting in front of the door again.
Okay, you said this was late at night, right?
Yeah, it's like, sundown.
Okay. I guess you'd probably wait to meet with the others the next day then.
Okay. Yeah. So next day,
whatever that would be.
Yep. So the next day comes.
Where would be somewhere she could expect to run into somebody she knows? One of us.
I assume that all of you are, except for Ixa, since she apparently would have a house here, shack rather, the general store, because that's where everyone's sleeping.
Can I go stay in the church instead? It seems awesome.
No, he will not. Nicholas will not let you in.
You just have
I'm
to
totally
break in.
going to take advantage of my by popular demand and be sleeping at the weird, hovelly, broken up fighting pit.
Yeah, there's a bed there.
Filsticker checks the notice that he left near the docks.
There is no note or response, but he notices at the bottom of his note there is a lipstick mark in purple with glitter.
My God, he whispers to himself.
Looks like goblin lips, if there's a difference.
Yes. We have them, they're just inside.
Yes. But unfortunately, there's no name or information.
Perfect, I have a secret admirer.
Was that the goal?
I don't know what my goal was.
But by the way, there's a cult.
Yeah. Yeah, so whoever's at the general store, Ixa will definitely relay all that information the next day. Not sure how much we care. I mean, it does sound like it could potentially be dangerous.
So you just tell me who it is you're going to tell that to, and
Well, who would have been at the store?
do the thing, or anyone you want to talk to. Who are you wanting to talk to?
Who was going to be there? Everybody
Pretty much
but
everyone, I
yeah.
figure.
Anyone you want to talk to.
Okay, let's see.
Who's your favorite friend?
Or what
Who are you gonna
combination of
social
everyone.
link with?
If you want to summon everyone for a meeting, you can easily arrange that.
Yeah,
It's not a very big town.
That's pretty much what I had in mind, but
I mean, it's not even a town; it's a village.
yeah, I assumed that she would try to get everybody together.
Okay, Ixa has summoned a meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. How soon do you think we'll be prepared to depart?
Ixa not sure because Ixa heard strange rumor last night that she needs to tell people.
Oh, well,
You said the woman's name was Cicely?
Jasmine. Cicely was the one who originally told you to go check up on the
Yeah.
priest.
Cicely told you about the priest, Father Nicholas, and Father Nicholas mentioned Jasmine.
Right, okay. Woman came to Ixa last night and told her to go see priest, who in turn told Ixa that woman named Jasmine came to town recently and is preaching about some kind of dead god, or what was a drowning cult, you said?
He called them the Cult of the Drowned.
Okay. Preaching about the cult of the drowned, priest is scared the entire town is going crazy and will turn on him. Ixa is not sure if this is true, but Ixa is concerned this could be true.
Would I know what the Cult of the Drowned is?
Gump would have no idea.
Would this be? This is going to be religion rather than history. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually,
Does
no, I'm
anyone have
curious if I
proficiency in religion?
Yes.
Actually, I think I do. Yeah, because we're both hermits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, I do not.
So what kind of paladin are you?
If anyone wants to roll, anyone who is proficient in religion wants to roll, you might be able to know something about this.
Sure. Oh, I know everything there is to know.
Oh yeah, you crit, yeah. So, Silas, this is very confusing to you. Because, while there is a cult of the drowned, it shouldn't be here. It should be on like an ocean side. Because the water dead god is associated with the ocean and with deep, deep water, not with swamps. This doesn't make sense to you.
How far from the coast are we?
Far enough that this doesn't make sense.
Alright. That's... Yeah, well then yes, I relay that information, probably telling them that I've heard of a faith like this, but never in an environment like this one. It must be some new sect or something.
do you suppose there might be something wrong with the priest?
Ixa shrugs. It's possible.
Perhaps we ought to go have a look. I could chat with him, see if I can glean any insights. Are any of you experts in diseases or medicine?
Ixa actually is proficient in medicine.
Let's go have another chat with him. See if we can notice anything wrong.
Ixa nods. Ixa can take you.
Thank you.
So, Ixa takes you to, takes Lucas to the church. It looks like any other, Niflbergian rural, church.
I will, try to open the door.
Yeah, and of course you find it is, nailed shut.
I will knock on it with my walking stick and ask it. Is there anyone there? Hello?
Who is it?
Lucas Dietrichstein from the Guild of Mapmakers and Cartographers. We've returned with Ixa. We'd like to have another word with you about what you were talking with her about yesterday.
Ixa? You there?
Ixa is here.
Is it just the two of you?
I also have my bird, but otherwise, yes.
Ixa? He's waiting for Ixa to confirm that.
I assume he is the only one that came, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. Yes, she says, just Ixa and Lucas.
There's a moment's pause, and then you hear like some furniture being moved about, and then he moves aside the one little piece so he can peep out at you. Okay, what do you want?
I'd just like you to relay the story to me again, said. And he's also going to try to peer through the slot, see what he can see going on inside the church, maybe investigate a little bit from here.
I guess it was a few months back that that woman, that witch, she came into town, and
What was her name?
Jasmine. Her name is Jasmine.
Jazz.
She calls herself High Priestess. She worships some evil entity. She's
Did you die?
What, Solid?
No, please go on.
Maybe his internet cut out again.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can.
I can hear you.
All right.
Did I?
Okay. I lost my train of thought. Okay. Yes. She appeared.
Oh,
What?
Welcome back.
Did I disappear?
No, I think perhaps Sala has been disappearing.
Oh, okay.
Yep, but she calls herself a high priestess.
Right. She calls herself the High Priestess, and through she converted a few people. I don't know how. Since then, through threats and violence, and manipulation, like she has half the town or more under her sway.
And has she dared try to set foot in this church?
She hasn't, no, but she's threatened me several times.
What with?
She's not
implements.
not with specifics, but she wants me to leave.
It's a very odd request, but surely she knows that if you were to return, the church would simply send a replacement.
Yes.
So at this point, I'd like to roll investigation and insight. Insight to see raving mad. Investigation to see, am I seeing signs in the church that he's raving mad through this slit he's open?
Okay. You can roll insight. I don't. The slit's really too small for you to get much.
All right, looks like 8.
Okay. Well, that's not enough to tell you anything.
That was worth a shot.
Yes.
Do you know where her cult may meet?
I think they meet. They were meeting just at her house. At the building she claimed. I guess that's probably still the case.
Well, we'll see what we can discover. But perhaps do me a favor. Could you prepare a letter on what's happened? We'll see if we can get it back to the church.
Oh, yes, I can do that.
Thank you. We'll return for it.
I will get to work on it right away. He closes up again. We'll go and begin scribing that.
What an odd fellow, I'll say, turning to Issa. Do you think there might be something plaguing him?
Ixa cannot tell. Very strange.
Well, let's go have a poke around and see if there's any signs of dark deeds in and about this house.
She nods.
Do you happen to know where it is?
I assume I would.
Yep. Since you've been living here, you would probably know where Jasmine lives.
Thank you. We should perhaps fetch the others, though, in case she does try to murder us.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. And Silas would have no compunctions about going to investigate.
Yeah, seems fine.
And it's bad because we know by Dogs in the Vineyard rules they have more than 3 people, so they do technically qualify as a cult.
Yes. Jasmine has one of the larger houses in the village, but that hardly means that it is grand or nice in any way. Similar to everything else here, it is the same sort of wood with a layer of muck from the swamp over it.
How old does it look?
Like everything else here, it looks older than it is, but pretty old.
Interesting. I wonder whose house this was before she arrived.
Ixa shrugs.
I'm going to have a bit of a look around, and then we should knock. Do you want me to roll investigation for searching the grounds, or are we going on to knocking?
Is there anything specific that you're looking for?
Just anything that matches up with that story. Any signs of, like, just stuff that fits with that. Like the garden has had large numbers of people in it for cult ceremonies, or, it looks like there's some blood under the side of this axe, or like, some other thing, like someone carved some unholy symbol into the side of a log somewhere, just...
Are there like skulls hanging from her house, or?
Yeah. Roll investigate.
17.
Okay. Well, the first thing you notice when you approach is that carved into the front door is a symbol. It looks like this carving is relatively new compared to the age of the door. And Silas is with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Silas, from that crit you had earlier, you can instantly identify that symbol is of the water dead god.
Oh yes. So yeah, I do tell Lucas about that because I assume he's the one who's looking at it most closely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like any effort's been made to, like, scrub it out or cover it up or anything like that. It's just plainly out.
Yes.
Well, it's relatively definitive.
Yes.
If it was vandalism, I imagine someone might have at least tried to wreath over it.
Furthermore, from your investigation, you can see that there's like in front of the house, there is there's like a box and a podium sort of construction, very crude, but something that someone might use to stand above a group of people and speak to them.
What are the what are Niflberg's laws surrounding this cult?
Um,
Or Nilfenberg, sorry.
um, uh, the Nilfenbergian Empire does not outlaw other religions. They did in the past, but they find that it makes it more difficult to be an empire if you
It
don't
certainly does.
if you don't allow your conquered people to practice their own religion. So officially, the empire allows the practice of whatever religion you like, as long as you pay your taxes. In regards, that doesn't mean that they wouldn't outlaw the worship of certain evil gods or demon worship or anything like that, as those are all entities which are 100% known to exist. Along with
Is this an example of one of those, or is this an example of one of those religions that we tolerate?
I don't think that you would necessarily know yet.
Maybe we need the letter to go back and reach.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for formal reporting on that, but we'll go and get the letter later and confirm that we corroborated his story and that we'll find a messenger to run this up. Just alert the people, the census, that there is a strong religious presence in this town for this particular deity.
The game took a sharp turn into being Dark Heresy there for a little bit.
Yes.
Well, I appreciated a chance to bust out Lucas's city skills. They're well out of place in the swamp, but he's good at them.
It is nice to have variety.
Yes. So you're not going to knock on the door then?
No, I mean, we pretty much learned what we have to.
All right. As you walk away, you do catch a glimpse of a woman through the window. She's been watching you stomp
Lucas
around.
will politely tip his head. Lucas will politely lift his hat.
And then
walk on.
Yeah. All right. So, Kildrak, let's see how your croc fight does.
This should be interesting.
Yeah. So, I want you to make me. Odo comes to you. Says, "Okay, Kildrak. So,
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So, Kildrak, I want you to go out there, and I want you to, this is like the night of the fight. He's like, okay, so we got the Crocs, we got them ready to go. People are in. We've been paying their tickets. Get in. Everyone's ready for the show. I want you to go up there, and I want you to hype up the crowd and get them placing bets before this goes. Can you do that?
Yeah, of course I can. It's what I've done for years.
Yeah. I trust you'll do it. So.
Yeah, no, of course. Are they ready? Are they out there?
Yep. It's go time.
All right then. Now, obviously, I have not done this for years. So, but anyways, he, I guess he wanders out there, or no, he struts out towards the crowd. I assume that the Crocs are somewhere vaguely in sight, just not.
Yeah, they're probably both in cages or something.
Sure. Okay. I guess like as he's strutting out, he kind of glances at each of them pointedly. Maybe like rattles one of the cages or something just to see if the croc gives a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
sort
kind of snaps at him.
right. And of course, being the showman that he is, he doesn't respond to that. Got to be dismissive and all that. And he does the typical showmanship bullshit where he struts out in front of the crowd, spreads his arms wide, and just like drums up the crowd a bit. Like, are y'all excited to be here? Are y'all excited for this once in a lifetime show? You know that the crocs out in the wilderness are always trying to eat you. What if they try to eat each other?
Yeah.
Shit like that. I don't really know exactly what that would look like, beyond that.
Yeah.
But just, really drums up the crowd, really, really hams it up. Probably at one point even whipping out his battle axe and shaking it in the air just for emphasis on something or other.
Yeah. Yeah, so give me your performance check.
Let's see. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Okay. So the crowd like the warehouse the old warehouse is just packed to the brim. Odo said that you'd maybe get like he was boasting when he said you could get half the town. But it turns out that he might have actually underestimated. It seems that almost everyone wants to see this happen. And as you're going, like Odo's taking bets, and he's almost overwhelmed with the silver that's flying around at him, silver and gold, and he's taking in bets, and eventually it's time. Everyone's bets have been placed, and Kildrax, releases one of the crocs from the cage, and it's comes out and releases the other, and with a bit of prodding and throwing of chicken parts in between them, the crocs do begin to fight, and one of them eventually wins, and to the cheering of the crowd, or the disappointment of those who have lost their bet, and the other, and both crocs, and then the winner croc is then also butchered by some of the young men of the village, and everyone enjoys ale provided by Odo, and grilled gator or croc, and and so after the show, Odo comes and he's like, we haven't had a day like that in a long time. Gildrak, you're the man. Thank you.
Damn right I am.
This was such a great idea. We gotta do this again sometime.
Oh man, if we manage to catch some more crocs.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to turn out like this if we did it again, but it beats the hell out of chickens. Hey man, so yeah, here's your cut. And he hands you a bag of gold and silver. He says, "There's 200 gold piece there."
Whew, that's a good pull, man.
Yeah, that's twice what I expected to make.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the group will be too.
Yep. So, thank you, man. And hey, if you catch anything else interesting out there, then
I know where to go.
yeah, we'll see you around.
Yep, damn right.
So yeah, there you go. So Kildrak has 200 gold pieces, and everyone in the party is going to get, I guess we'll round up 29 XP for that.
Yay! I'm at
Cool.
129.
And we also get 2857. There'll be a small remainder that I guess Kildrak should keep.
Yeah, and I am gonna split it, obviously.
Yeah, so there'd be 4 pieces left over that we'll just give to Kildrak, I guess.
Sure.
Yep.
So I think that might fix our gold issues for a short time at least.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it'll be 28.
So yeah, so this session everyone should have gotten.
So there's 1 copper piece left over.
Everyone should have got a total of 81 XP this session. 50 from the map, 29 from the crocodile fights, and 2 from the crocodile skin.
That brings us up to 131. This could be a while before we hit level 2.
Yep, could be. Honestly, a little slower than I expected, but nobody checked the bodies of nobody checked the body of the guy at the first Mangrove Grove,
To be fair, we kind of got into a fucking fight.
yeah.
To be fair, I thought we lit it on
Nearly
fire.
died.
No, because
I don't-
remember the neck snapped and it fell into the water.
Oh well.
I think we were a little bit too focused on trying not to die.
I know, but after you burned it up, I mean, you could have checked the corpse. It had money. Or value.
Oh well,
That's
we'll get the
saying.
next corpse.
I was right in retrospect, but that's okay.
You can't complain about not having loot if you don't loot the corpses.
At some point, I think we'll also get like a good payoff for the map. I would hope around the town, and then when we actually find some of the like real adventure areas,
Yeah.
like the ship and stuff, or the tower or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at this rate, we should be finishing that map sometime in early summer.
Yes.
Well, we've done like 1 hex per session, so
Which is a little slower than I expected, but
oh.
yeah, I don't know.
To be fair,
It really
you
comes
probably
down
also
to how...
didn't expect us to wrestle crocs.
That's true.
And capture them alive.
Well,
Yeah,
that
we
worked.
might have finished the map today if not for that, but it worked out better than finishing the map.
Mhm.
Good times.
Next time we can just shoot for trying our best to finish the last 2 hexes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As long
I
as
don't
you
know.
don't
I think we're gonna have to be on the lookout for exotic animals to pit into death matches now.
I would be fine with ignoring anything we don't absolutely have to deal with next time, just to like finish the map off. Myself at least. Even though in the long term the exotic animal idea that might be fun.
We're gonna have to make a
Correct.
judgment in the moment based on what we find.
Yeah.
I mean, in this case, we really needed some money, so I don't think this was a bad plan.
Yeah, yeah. Because you were basically all out of your, just about out of your starting wealth. So, this was a nice payday, I think, for you.
I think it worked out better than it would have otherwise.
Turns out those crocs really were worth more alive than dead. But all right, so that is going to be the end of the session for this week. This is a pretty natural stopping point, and it is 2 a.m. So this is
All
our
right,
time.
thanks again for running.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. If anyone has any feedback or anything for me in general, I'm listening. Now is the time.
I mean, not really. I was going to mention the XP thing because I know the way it's, like, quote-unquote supposed to go is, like, one session each on levels 1 and 2, which this isn't, like, the same style as of game as, like, 5e assumes by default, but still, I don't know, I think what I'm going to say, like, the goal for XP and, like, the amount of XP for exploring is probably, or maybe not calibrated right, unless that's, like, fine with you, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I may have to reconsider the XP reward for exploration.
Mm-hmm.
Although that was always meant to be a minor
The
reward.
secondary thing?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was always meant to be a secondary one. Gold was always meant to be the primary one, and it's just that it's hard to extract gold from the hexes that don't have specific things going on in them.
Well, because, yeah, also in fairness, on the other side of that would be that we chose to start off in the most risk-averse possible way by just mapping the immediate hexes right here and not, like, venturing into the dangerous, more valuable parts, I assume.
Right.
So,
No, I think that there's nothing really to complain about. We did
Yeah,
an
no,
encounter, we got the
yeah.
XP for it. We have been adventuring super slowly because, A, we're a party of 7 people, and that means combats take 7 times as long as with one person, or like twice as long with 4, but it's worse than that, because there's a degree to which it just bogs things down, and we've been doing a lot of roleplay. We talk about these encounters, we try things. I don't think there's anything really to complain about. I'm just noting that, man, we are sure staying at first level, but it's our own fault for...
It's our own fault for enjoying the game in a way that isn't conducive to playing the game.
Yeah.
sorry.
I have to say, like, yeah, we're at first level, but I'm not bothered by it, at least. I mean, yeah, I'd like to get my new abilities and stuff, but...
The only thing that concerns me about first level is the potential to be one-shot, but otherwise, it's not that big of a deal. 5th edition does a very good job of making you an adult at first level, unlike 3rd edition, where you're not really an adult until, like, 4th or 5th level.
So the concern about being one-shot, I might have to warn people's expectations about the maze game on that note.
Yeah, I'm well aware. Although you did, for the maze game, you were going to use the Dungeon Crawl Classics rules for death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be in the document when I'm not too lazy to make it, which
Okay.
I'll do very soon.
I was gonna say, like, technically you have begun the game, so you probably should.
Yeah, but, like...
I mean, we're
I
not
don't know.
in the maze yet, so, you know.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say that every other time I've done a game and made like a 10-page primer on all the house rules and the tone and the background stuff, I don't feel like anyone ever actually reads it. And you all tell me you do, and I have to trust that that's true. But like,
I read the
you know.
rules.
you know.
No, I do
I
read
read
it.
it,
I
yeah.
just, admittedly, sticking to tone is sometimes hard for me.
Mhm. In any case, I thought the session was fun and everything. I don't feel like constrained or anything by the lack of XP. Like it's not a problem really.
That will live. We just need one big score.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, really,
Yeah.
that was the thing. Was like I was aware that if you guys just focused on mapping, that it might be a while before you hit level 2. But really, you just need one big score. So you just need to get the right encounter that has a potential for a big score, and then get it. Or when you finish the map, that might be worth like a milestone or something.
If it
I mean,
makes you
either
feel
way.
better, I have played a fair number of games of D&D, and I have never been in a D&D game on any edition that I've ever played that anyone has ever gotten past level 1 in like more than 4 or less than 4 sessions. So
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's. I might just be cursed.
I would say that I have rarely played in a game where people don't level to second after the first session.
I have played many.
But like also it's just this isn't about Fever Swamp or anything. This is like more of a wide scale overall what is the trajectory of D&D and how it's played now. Like I feel like Wizards of the Coast is on the edge of just removing XP and making milestone XP the default, like having the GM tell you when you level, because that feels like the direction they're going. I would bet
That's
it
certainly
might
how
actually
I
be in the
have
book in 6. Yeah, it's a really common thing. So like I don't
It's-
know.
But KSP prefers this method, and that's fine. It gives us an added incentive to take big risks. Like if it was just our milestone was completing the initial map around Clink, we probably wouldn't have fought the crocodiles, and we'd have missed out on quite a lot of hijinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Normally when I run D&D, I do just like don't worry about XP. I'll tell you when you level up. You know, that's how I did it for the game I ran for Sala and Nivlak and Bryce on our Friday games. It's just so you completed a quest, you completed the first quest, so hey, you level up. Oh well, you uncovered the secret of the vampire cult, so everyone levels up. Oh, you recovered the artifact, that's a level. And so we'd go 3 or 4 sessions without leveling, then they would accomplish something and then they level. But for this particular campaign, and just for how I want, what I'm wanting the incentive structure to be, actually doing XP seems the right way. So, which is why we're doing that.
I like it. I think it'll have the desired effect overall.
Mm-hmm.
I will see you guys later.
I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, I should probably be off too.
Good night.
Alright, you'll probably be up
night.
in the maze game when you wake up, but good night now. Because I posted while we were playing, so. Or during the break, not like literally while we were playing, because that would be a little rude, but.
Mhm.
Although on that note, I occasionally posted things from Tumblr, so.
All right. Yep. So, stopping the recording.
Oh
No.
wow, I didn't know you kept it going that
You
long.
were still recording?
Oh,
Instead of the pre-game chat, we have the post-game chat recording. That's
Well,
I don't think
yeah.
that's as effective for the viewers.
oh. Well, I always like the post game chat, so
Yeah.
the post game chat is
Oh,
important.
we stopped recording. Good. Now I can talk.
Aha! I hadn't actually clicked the button yet, so that is now there.
Oh no.